How to manifest money in 10 minutes with a God-centered practice that actually works. In this video, I'm going to give you a real 10-minute practice to manifest money. Not motivation, not theory, but an actual step-by-step practice with the exact words to say, the exact affirmations to use, and I'm going to tell you what happened in my own life when I started doing this every single day. Real things, unexpected money showing up from directions I never planned for. And if you want to go even deeper after this video, I put together an ebook called Recode. It is a complete guide to God-centered subconscious reprogramming for six-figure income. The same system that took me from exhausted 12-hour hustle days to over $250,000 in just 4 months. Link is in the descriptions. But first, let me give you the free practice right now. Hi, my name is Dian Pratama. I am a manifestation coach, but not the kind you are used to. I do not teach you to trust the universe. I teach you to go higher than that. 3 years ago, I was hustling 12 hours every day, drowning in fear and doing every manifestation method out there, and still stuck. Then, one shift changed everything. And in 4 months, I generated over $250,000. That shift was not a new strategy. It was not a better affirmation script. It was getting the source right. And that is what this channel is about. Welcome to God over Universe. Before I give you the practice, I want to explain one thing quickly. Because if you skip this part, the 10 minutes will not work the way they should. Most money manifestation content tells you to close your eyes, imagine money flowing to you, and send that intention to the universe. I did that for years, and my results were all over the place. Some small win here and there, but nothing consistent, nothing that really moved the needle. Then I changed one thing. Instead of directing the practice toward the universe, I directed it toward God. And I want to be clear, I'm not talking about religion or church or following a specific set of rules. I'm talking about the personal, intelligent source behind everything that exists, including the universe itself. A source that actually knows who you are, knows your situation, and actually has the ability to respond to you. That one change made the practice feel completely different, and it made the results completely different too. The universe has no awareness of you. It cannot hear you. It cannot respond to you. So, no matter how consistently you send intentions to the universe, nothing on the other end is receiving them. But God is personal. God knows you specifically. And when you direct your practice toward God instead of the universe, you are no longer talking to an empty room. You are in a real conversation with the real source. That is the foundation. Now, let me give you the practice. There are 4 steps. Together, they take about 10 minutes. I do this every morning before I look at my phone or do anything else. Each step matters, so do not skip any of them. Step 1 is settling. This takes 2 minutes. Sit somewhere quiet, close your eyes, and take 3 slow deep breaths. With each breath out, let go of any worry or pressure you are carrying about money right now. Any anxiety about bills, any stress about where the money is going to come from, just breathe it out. And as you settle, you say out loud or quietly in your mind, God, I come to you right now as my source, not the universe, but you. That is it. Just acknowledge who you are talking to for 2 minutes. Step 2 is gratitude with evidence. This takes 2 minutes. This is not just a general gratitude list. I want you to think back and thank God specifically for money or provision that has already come to you in the past. Maybe a bill got paid when you didn't know how. Maybe unexpected opportunities showed up at the right time. You thank God for those specific moments. You say something like, thank you for the moment that came last month. Thank you for the money that came last month. Thank you for the client that showed up when I needed it. You have come through for me before, and I trust that you will come through again. The reason this step matters because the real faith is built on real evidence. When your mind remembers that God has already provided for you before, it becomes much easier to genuinely trust that God will provide again. Remember, just 2 minutes. Step 3 is the affirmation. This takes about 4 minutes. The affirmations I use are different from most you have heard before. Most affirmations put all the pressure on you, like I am a money magnet, I attract wealth, money flows to me. The problem with those is they make your result depend entirely on how good your energy is on any given day. The affirmations I use put God at the center instead. Say each one slowly and really mean it as you say it. God is my source, not my job, not my clients, not the economy. God is my source and God has no limits. I am provided for because God is faithful and God knows exactly what I need right now. Money is a resource in God's hands and God directs the resources toward me freely. I do not chase money. Money follows me because I follow God. I release control over how the money comes. I trust God completely with the how and the when. I am already connected to the wealthiest source in existence. The money is already on its way. Say each one slowly. Pause between each one. Do not rush, just 4 minutes. Now, step 4 is release. This is the last 1 minute, and it is the most important step. After everything you have just done, you end by genuinely letting it go. You say, God, I have planted this in your hands. I trust you completely. I do not need to control how it comes or when it comes. I release it to you and I go into my day with peace. Then you open your eyes and go about your day normally, not anxiously checking for signs, not obsessing over whether it is working, but just at peace. That is the full practice. Settling, gratitude with evidence, God-centered affirmations, and release, all in 10 minutes. Now, before I tell you my personal story of what happened when I started doing this, I want to quickly mention something. If what I just shared resonates with you and you want to go much deeper than 10-minute practice, I wrote an ebook called Recode. It is a complete digital guide that stops manifestation burnout and teaches you God-centered subconscious reprogramming step by step. This is not surface level stuff. This goes into the deep subconscious patterns that keep people stuck financially and shows you exactly how to rewire them with God as the foundation. Everything in Recode is the exact system I used personally. Link in the description if you want to check it out. Now let me tell you what happened to me. About 3 weeks into doing this practice consistently every morning, I got a message from someone I had not spoken to in almost a year. An old contact. They had been watching my content quietly the whole time and had just decided they were ready to buy my digital product. No promotion from me that week, no ads running, no outreach. They just showed up, paid, and sent me a message saying something about my content had finally clicked for them. That purchase came from completely out of nowhere. What struck me was not just the amount, it was how it came. I had not chased it. I had not worked for it in any direct way. I had simply done my 10-minute practice every morning, handed it to God, and gone about my day. And the money showed up from direction I was not even looking at. That kept happening. Over the following weeks, more unexpected purchases came in. People finding my products who I never reached out to. Opportunities showing up from direction I had not planned for. Every time the pattern was the same. I had not forced it. It had simply arrived. Now, I want to be honest with you. I was still working during this time. I was still creating content and running my business. But the energy behind the work was completely different. I was not working from fear or desperation anymore. I was working from peace. And that peace, that genuine trust that God was handling what I could not see, changed everything about how I showed up. And when you show up differently, different things come back to you. Here is the simple truth behind why this practice works. When you spend 10 minutes every morning genuinely placing your financial trust in God instead of in your own ability to attract things, your mind shifts from scarcity to provision, and you start operating from the belief that you are supported by a source that has no limits. And that shift from fear to trust, from striving to peace, is what opens the door for money to come in from directions you never expected. The universe cannot give you that. The universe is indifferent. It doesn't care about your peace, and it cannot give you the deep settled feeling that comes from knowing a personal God is aware of you and effectively working on your behalf. That feeling is only available when your source is right. So, try this practice for 30 days, 10 minutes every morning. Settle, give thanks with real evidence, say this affirmation with genuine belief, and release it completely. Pay attention to what starts showing up, not just the money, but the peace that comes first. Because in my experience, the peace always arrives before the money does. And when the peace is there, the money is never far behind. And if you are serious about making this complete transformation, not just daily practice, but a full rewiring on how your subconscious relates to money and God, my ebook recode is where you go next. It is the most complete things I have put together on this subject. God-centered subconscious reprogramming, step by step, designed to take you from manifestation burnout to effortless wealth consciousness. The link is in the description below. I would love you to check it out. If this video was helpful, please subscribe. Every week I put out practical content on God-centered manifestation, what it looks like, how it works, and what becomes possible when your source is right. My name is Dion Pratama. This is God over Universe. See you next week.